Spoilers ahead. You have been warned. Reaching perfection in Stardew Valley is no easy task. It's one of the rarest achievements in the game and takes hours upon hours of playing to reach. You have to ship one of every item in the Farm and Forage tab, which there are 154 of, for 15% of perfection. You have to build all 4 obelisks from the wizard for 4%. You need to spend 10 million on the golden clock for 10%, complete all monster eradication goals to get another 10%, reach maximum hearts with every villager for 11%, reach level 10 in every skill, find every star drop, cook every recipe, craft every item, catch every fish, and find all 130 golden walnuts. Now this may sound extremely overwhelming and difficult, but with the right strategies, perfection can actually be achieved relatively quickly and easily. This video series will cover my best strategies for achieving each category of perfection so that the legacy of your farm becomes eternal. This video specifically will focus on the best methods for completing all of the monster eradication goals to get you one step closer to the summit. The monster eradication goals found in the Adventurers Guild are divided into 12 different categories. You need to kill 1,000 slimes, 150 void spirits, 200 bats, 50 skeletons, 80 cave insects, 30 duggies, 500 dust sprites, 60 crabs, 100 mummies, 50 pepper wrecks, 250 serpents, and 150 Magma Sprites. For each of these monsters, I will go over what I believe is the most efficient way to eliminate them and also some of the recommended gear to make things easier. For some of the monsters, I will go over an additional method for those who have the dangerous mines unlocked. This version of the mines is extremely useful for monster eradication goals and can be unlocked through completing the Danger in the Deep quest from Mr. Key. I would highly recommend switching on the dangerous mines while doing some of the monster eradication goals. In terms of weapons, I suggest using at least the Galaxy Sword and the Galaxy Hammer. The sword can be obtained by holding a prismatic shard in between these 3 pillars in the desert, and the hammer can be bought for 75,000 from Marlin after you get the sword. The better the weapon you use, the easier it will be to eliminate monsters. In terms of food, I would recommend coffee as it allows you to run quickly around, and any other food to help you regain health. Monster Musk is also highly recommended as it doubles monster spawn rates for 10 minutes. The recipe can be obtained from the Wizard's Special Order Prismatic Jelly quest, and the item can be traded with the bookseller. The last thing I recommend doing before starting is setting your zoom to the smallest value so that you can see all the monsters on the floor, preventing you from missing any. Now let's begin. For eradicating slimes, I would actually recommend going to the Skull Caverns and going after these big purple sludges. Now, destroying the sludge itself does not actually contribute to the goal, but the slimes released from the sludge do. Since each slug splits into 2 to 4 smaller slimes, you can quickly rack up large amounts of slime kills. I personally like to destroy the large slime and then immediately hammer ability to kill all the small slimes. You should either keep restarting floor 1 or use staircases to find floors with large slimes. For void spirits, you'll need to head to the mines. These spirits appear as either Shadow Shaman, Shadow Brutes, or Shadow Snipers. My strategy here is to take the elevator to level 105, find and kill the void spirits, and then take the elevator to floor 100, run to floor 101, and kill the spirits there. Then you just leave the mines and repeat the cycle again. The strategy becomes significantly faster if you use the dangerous mines, which is why I highly recommend unlocking it if you need monster eradication goals. The amount of void spirits is just significantly higher in the dangerous mines compared to the regular mines. For bats, you should continue using the mines. For the normal mines, I recommend targeting frost bats. These can spawn anywhere from floors 41 to 79, but I recommend taking the elevator and just repeating floors 55 and 65 as I seem to find the most bats on these floors. I again recommend using the dangerous mines with the same floors as there are way more bat spawns. Killing skeletons is honestly extremely easy. Just take the elevator to floor 75, and then go to floor 70, and then repeat this process once you kill all the skeletons on these floors. Yet again, the dangerous mines will make this process faster as more skeletons will spawn. Cave insects are also super easy as bugs, cave flies, and grubs all fall under this category. I would honestly be surprised if you don't have this finished by the time you unlock the skull caverns. Nevertheless, just take the elevator to floors 5, 15, and 25, making sure you kill all the insects on these floors. Then leave the mines and repeat the cycle until you're finished. For Duggies, you're gonna want to continuously use this patch of dirt on floor 15. Take the elevator down to the floor and then walk over the patch of dirt. If you hear a rumbling sound, great, you found a Duggie. Now just take him out, leave the mines, and come back to floor 15 and do the same thing again. If you don't hear any rumbling, then just leave the mines and come back to floor 15 and walk over the dirt again. This same strategy also works for the dangerous mines. Dust sprites are quite tedious but also relatively easy as they like to hang out in groups. Similar to bats, they can spawn on a large number of floors, but some floors are definitely better for dust sprites than others. For the normal mines, I like to hit floors 45 and then hit floor 50 and listen for this dust sprite sound cue. For the dangerous mines, hit the same floors but look for these weird mushroom things as these are the dust sprites of the dangerous mines. For rock crabs, I would recommend repeating either floors 25 or 105 in the normal mines. Use your pickaxe and weapon to hit the rocks that the crab could be under. If you see a damage indicator appear, then you found a crab and now you can use your pickaxe to wake it up and kill it. Also, if you have good eyesight, you can actually tell rock crabs apart from rocks by a slight pixel difference near the bottom right. In this picture, the rock crab is to the left while the rock is to the right. Can you notice the difference? I highly recommend using the dangerous mines for this monster as they appear much more frequently. Hit floors 85 and 95 and run around checking the gold ore until you find crabs. Alternatively, you can run around placing a bunch of bombs and kill the crabs when they lose their shell. For mummies, we're gonna need to head back to the skull cavern. These mobs are a bit more tricky as they must be blown up after they are first downed. I recommend continuously restarting floor 1 of the skull caverns or using staircases to find the mummies. Carry large amounts of bombs, preferably cherry bombs, or use explosive ammo with a master slingshot to destroy the mummies after you kill them. Alternatively, you can enchant a weapon with Crusader so that you can kill mummies without even needing explosives. Pepper Rexes are probably the hardest monster eradication goal as they are quite hard to find. You can sometimes find one on a regular skull cavern floor, but most only appear on prehistoric floors, which have a 2.2% chance to appear after floor 7. This chance is not affected by luck unlike treasure floors. The best way to eradicate Pepper Rexes is to just bring like 100 ladders to the skull caverns and spam them until you hit a prehistoric floor and then clear the floor. If you run out of staircases before hitting a floor, don't worry. You can just restart the day and try again. If you don't want to use staircases, I recommend going to the skull caverns on the good or iridium luck day, having the special charm, using any lucky rings you have, and consuming a ginger ale or coffee, plus a lucky lunch or even a magic rock candy to increase your chances to find ladders. Then just bring a bunch of explosives and food and do a normal skull cavern run and hope for a prehistoric floor. Either way, you're gonna have to use either method a couple of times before you can finish the Pepper Rex goal. Serpents are much less tricky but are quite tedious to do as you'll need to kill 250 of them. Again, just repeat floor 1 of the skull caverns or bring staircases and listen for that iconic serpent sound. Last but not least, we have the Magma Sprite. These can only be found in the volcano on Ginger Island. The volcano only has 10 floors, which reset every day, so the amount of magma sprites that spawn each day is limited. The strategy then is to clear all 10 floors of the volcano while making sure to eradicate all the magma sprites on each floor, and then repeat this the next day. Well, there you have it. My complete guide to helping you achieve the Monster Slayer hero you need for perfection. If you enjoyed the video, consider liking and subscribing. I hope this video helps you, and happy slaying. Thanks for watching!